Moving on from that, and talk about a few other bits and pieces. A lot of Arsenal fans today I've seen kind of frustrated, kicking off at their club, saying that the Arsenal players are being rewarded with a trip away to Dubai for however many days a week for a mini pre-season. I know none of us here are Arsenal fans. Well, some will say I am. I know none of us here are Arsenal fans, but is this rewarding failure or is it the best thing for Arsenal? What are we saying?
Go on, Staffy. I barely heard Staffy. Yeah. Land.
First of all, who said it's rewarding failure?
I think I heard Lee Judges say it. I've seen a few Arsenal fans tweet about it, and then it's had traction. People agreeing, if that makes sense. I've seen a few prominent people saying they've been poor. They've gone out to cup competitions. Yeah. They should be training. Yeah, they should be at training, and they shouldn't be rewarded with a nice trip to Dubai. I wanted to get one's thoughts on that.
I don't think it's rewarding anyways, because it was planned for a minute now. So it's not like all of a sudden they said, you know what, guys, we've been losing. Let's cheer up. Let's go to Dubai on a trip. No, it was planned anyways, because they're not in the FA Cup this round. So they were always going to go on a camp somewhere warm where they can train a little bit, get out of that. I know it's probably freezing right now in England because it's also cold over here. So get out of that cold weather. Get out of that all that rain, all that shit. Just change the atmosphere a little bit. Let's just go somewhere. We're going to have a little training camp mid-season, and we'll come back, and hopefully we're re-energized on and off the pitch. I don't think it has anything. I mean, when you study sports psychology, psychology in general, I mean, like sometimes I feel burdened out from work, and I just go away for a weekend, and I come back. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to sit in front of a screen and then just sit home on the weekend and then do the same thing next week. I just need a little bit of a break. That's just how it is. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it has anything to do with winning or losing. Because if Arsenal qualified, 2 days ago, they still would have made that trip. It has nothing to do with the outcome of the last few games. I feel like people, and I'm trying to be very respectful about this. I just feel some people are just so old school. They think like, oh, just because you've been losing games, now I need to send a statement, and I'm not going to send you on whatever trip you guys were going on. We're going to cancel that camp, and we're going to stay in London, and we're going to train the same training that we're going to do in a warm weather. We're going to do it at home. But guess what? Some of these players have families, have kids, have responsibilities. It will be nice for them to leave for a week to 10 days. I don't know what it is. I really don't know how long it is. Just to be out of all that, just go focus on football, be with your teammates. Sometimes it's good for squad building and all that. And I know people will laugh at it and say, oh, he's doing the whole I love you, you love me thing that Arteta always does. But it is needed. I'll be honest with you. This is why in every league, they always have these mid-season breaks. I feel like England is one of the few countries that don't actually do that. Sir Alex Ferguson used to do that, by the way, for people who don't know. And this is someone that a lot of us regard as one of the best managers in sports history, not just football. He used to sometimes feel like some of his players are underperforming, especially the older ones, and be like, yo, I'm not going to put in the next 2 games. Just go take a week off, take care of your body. I don't know, just spend some time with family, just clear the weather at a clear weather and just come back.
I remember he did that for Rio. Remember when Rio was stinking out the gaff? He was going through a bad phase. He said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, take a little break.
Bro, he used to do that mid-season. And that's not, would you say that Sir Alex was rewarding failure when he did that? No, he used to do that with players that maybe were suffering a little bit of injuries, maybe when they get a little bit older, or maybe when he just felt like their mind wasn't focused on the pitch. It has nothing to do with rewarding failure. If I just say, you know what, fuck that, the trip is canceled, I'll see you guys tomorrow on whatever the training ground is called at Arsenal, and then it's raining or snowing or whatever it is, I promise you that won't change the fact that they'll play shit next game anyways. If you think they've been playing shit, guess what? They'll probably play shit again next week. Has nothing to do with that. People just do stupid shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone just wants to do this. Oh, look at me. I'm gonna hold these players accountable. Yeah, no Dubai trip for you. You train in London next week. Nah, bro, it's stupid, bro. Honestly, stupid.
Maybe, but yeah, no. Listen, I think there's a lot of truth to what you say. I think there's a lot of merit to that, and I agree to an extent. Maybe, though, that Arteta maybe needs to try something different and some tough love, and say we ain't going to Dubai. We're going to Scotland. We're going to Scotland for some cold weather training. Cold weather training. You guys, you know what I mean? Like there seems to be a mentality issue in this team. And I think Arteta can be a little bit too soft. Maybe they need some tough love and to learn to play in tough conditions. You know, like I said, maybe because he's done the warm training and this, that, and the other. I said
Hey, last time they went to Dubai, you know what happened? They came back and they went on an insane run.
The witch doctor, bro. That's what they did. You know what I mean? They came back refreshed. They came back. They battered West Ham. I remember they battered Sheffield. They were scoring bare goals. Havertz was flying. You know, people were singing 60 million down the drain and whatnot. All of that. You know, that was the second half of the season when he got moved from midfield as well. They looked a lot better. Odegaard was playing at a world-class level for me. Saka picked up his performances. So yeah, bro, it's like a little checkpoint. You know, maybe now they just need time to just replenish, you know, recharge and then go again. But everything that Staffy said, I agree, bro. It's got nothing to do with rewarding failure. This was already part of the schedule, right? Forest are in Dubai right now as well. Nottingham Forest are in Dubai right now as well, bro.
Bro, everyone.
This
is not an Arsenal
comment.
Sorry.
He's talking about this. He commented it earlier about fucking Salt Bay feeding Arteta his meat again.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
that picture was wild. That picture was wild.
Listen, bro, I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. When that happened, bro, I don't know if I should say that, but the Arab meat changed Arteta's life. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Like, I do agree with you, boys. I think. Do you feel? I don't know. None of us are Arsenal fans. Are some gooners being too harsh on this Arsenal team right now, or do you feel that they are right to be as frustrated and as angry as they are?
Yes and no. There's elements to be frustrated about.
Yep.
And there's things. I'll be honest. I'm tired of the two extremes when it comes to Arsenal fans, and it's fans in general. But since we're focusing on Arsenal, I'll keep it on Arsenal fans right now. I'm so tired of the two extremes. I'll just be chilling there and I'm on my phone and just go through a video either on Twitter or YouTube or whatever. And it's either a very, very, very super positive Arsenal fan for no reason, or it's a very, very, very negative Arsenal fan for no reason. And I'm so tired. There is a middle ground. For the millionth time I said it. There's a middle ground that no one wants to visit. I saw a video the other day, and I'm not going to call out anyone by names because some of these people, I know they're content creators, but I don't know them personally. So I won't speak about them by their names. But I saw a video of someone saying, get Arteta out because we didn't sign a player. And I just looked at it. I was like, for all the things you could have called out Arteta for, you called him out because you didn't sign someone on deadline day. And I just looked at that and I was like, that's so stupid. And 3 days ago, everyone, and I'm still Deji's catchphrase here, everyone was shaking their bums when they won 5-1. Everyone, and rightfully so. You deserve to shake your bum. Hey, I'll be doing that too if I beat City 5-1. But everyone was shaking their bum when they won 5-1. A day later, when they didn't sign anyone, they start targeting Arteta. And then they say, get him out now. So I was like, I was just very confused. How can a manager get you to win 5-1 and everyone's sitting there praising the performance, and a day later he's saying, get him out because we didn't sign him? He's not.
That's not that crazy.
It's not even his job, though. But it's not his job, Lawless.
Listen, and take from me as a West Ham fan who had David Moyes as the manager, right? I liken Arteta and Moyes in terms of transfer windows and things like this to be quite similar. They're both managers, right? They're not head coaches. Arteta has a lot of power, has a lot of say over who comes in, and we can talk about the players that he's brought in. Sometimes the manager, and I've seen it with Moyes, can have as much of an impact in not a player not coming in, or any signings, than the head coach or whatever, because they haven't got an Edu now at the moment at the club anyway. So it is kind of.
No, but Lawrence, I have no problem. Listen, if people came out and were frustrated, I did a stream that day for Bleacher Report, and I called out Arsenal. I said, if I was an Arsenal fan, I was actually frustrated, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I did that stream that day, and I said, if you're an Arsenal fan, you should be frustrated because I'm a rival, and I'm frustrated for you. Because how could you be in a position where you're hearing right now that you had a chance to sign Ollie Watkins, but the club didn't want to spend because the rumors are they kind of want to use that money in the summer and not spend it on a 60-year-old, spend the 60 on a 29-year-old. And I heard a lot of people saying, oh, but why would you invest money in a 29-year-old? I was like, no, you're not investing in a 29-year-old. If you do win the league with him, you invested in the Premier League. So it doesn't matter if you spent 60, 80, 100, even 200. You won the league, and that's the bottom line. My issue is, Lawless, people call out the wrong thing sometimes. Be frustrated at the club. But why am I seeing videos of people saying, get Arteta out because we didn't sign a player? Arteta got you to beat the City team. Let's just be honest, bro. I've criticized Arteta for years now. It's reached a point where Arteta has a better team than Pep this season. Whether people like it or not, these are the facts. This season, Arsenal are better than City. I don't care why. I don't care how we got here. Clearly, this Arsenal team is way more dominant than the City team. Whether City come back next season or not, that's a different discussion. But this is where we are right now. Arteta was a part of this team getting here. Now, I'm not saying if he doesn't win the league this season, keep him, because I still criticize him for not being ahead of Liverpool right now. But people don't want to deal with the middle ground. And this is my frustration. Every time, and this is why I'm so tuned out with YouTube right now, because every time I go on YouTube right now, I see someone who just had one match reaction or fan reaction on any channel, and they just go, they buy a mic, they buy a camera, and they just scream. And I'm like, you are just screaming for clout. And there's too many of them right now. You are literally in a title race, and your club let you down in January. 100%. Call them out for that. But let's not act like this Arsenal team is not in the title race. And I'm not going to lie, I don't think they'll win the Champions League, but their name is in the hat. I know people don't want to say it. I know what people want to say, oh, yeah, you know what? No European heritage, they're not going to win it. I see people like Hassam, shout out Hassam, but Hassam is telling me I'd rather face Arsenal in the Champions League than City, which is absolutely mind-boggling. There is no way in any condition. If my team is in the Champions League right now, I don't want to face Arsenal. Give me City anytime. Because that aging midfield is getting run rag by everyone. And Arteta just did that on the weekend. I'm tired of the flip-flopping. I'm seeing people dance when they beat City, and then 2 days later they're screaming when Newcastle scored. Bro, sit in the fucking middle ground, and if you want to get behind this team for the rest of the season, go ahead. And if you just don't believe in the project, I also respect that. But they need to stop the two extremes, bro. It's actually frustrating to watch.